Parikshit Saikia and welcome to the 99 Percentile Club. I teach live on Unacademy platform and I have nearly 9 years of teaching experience. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss a super amazing caselet from the chapter Roots and Networks LRDI. So let's get started. Let's read the caselet. A courier company represented by A in the diagram below has exactly two motorists who travel to various locations in the city to deliver packages. Okay, so they are saying that A is a courier company, and what happens? Two motorists starts from A and they go and deliver packages. So if you're able to locate A, can you locate A? A is out here. It is where the this is where it all starts. This is where it all starts. Correct? Okay. In the diagram, B through I represent the location at which packages were delivered on a certain day. So B to I are the delivery locations. If you're able to see B, C, D and up till I, these are the delivery locations. The errors represent the routes along with the directions that the motorists took that day while traveling between locations. Okay. So if you see the errors represent the direction of movement. Example, A to B. You go from A to B. You don't follow B to A. So can you come from B to A? No, you can't. But you can go from A to B. Similarly, between C and E, if you're able to locate in the figure C and E, you know what? You go from C to E, but you can't come from E to C simply because the errors point in the direction of C to E. Fine? The motorists, remember there were two motorists. The motorists did not necessarily travel along the same routes, but each route represented by an error was taken by at least one motorist on that day. So can you see that each of the routes that you see here was taken by minimum one motorist, at least one motorist. So it is possible that one route was taken by two motorists or one motorist, but every route was taken by minimum one motorist. Each motorist stopped at every location that he came across on that day, and at least one package, so minimum one package, was delivered by each motorist at every location that is stopped. So B to I are the delivery locations. So let's say if a motorist is going from A to C, he necessarily has to stop at C and deliver minimum one package. You get the point? Minimum one package. So every motorist would stop at every delivery location that he came across and deliver minimum one package. Correct? Further, the motorists returned to the company after they delivered all the packages that they carried. So you start from A and then you stop at A. You start from A and finally you stop at A because you come back to A, right? Okay. The numbers given in the circle at some of the locations represent the total number of packages delivered at the respective locations by the motorists that visited that location. Okay. So you see the numbers inside the circle. What does it indicate? It indicates the number of packages delivered in total at that location. Why do I say in total? It could be that two motorists visited the delivery location. So if you look at C, right? If you look at point C, it is very much possible that at C, two motorists visited C and in total, 4 packages were delivered. But let's say if only one motorist was there, it could be that he alone has delivered 4. But it is the total number of packages delivered by both the motorists combined if two motorists visited that place, or by one motorist if just one motorist visited that place. Correct? The numbers mentioned alongside some of the errors represent the total number of packages carried by the motorists who travel along the respective routes. So I think it's natural. So the numbers along the errors, right? What does it indicate? The number of packages, the total number of packages carried by the motorists who travel along that route. So numbers along the lines, along the directions represent number of packages carried in that route, while the numbers in the circle represents the total number of packages delivered at that location. So I think it's you understand the caselet now. Do you? Do you understand the caselet? It's important that you understand the caselet. So at this point, I would strongly recommend that you pause this video, try the solution yourself, okay? And then come back and look at the explanation provided and compare the answers with what you have got, okay? So please pause the video and give it a try. Okay, now let's do it together. I hope you have given it a try. You have the answers. Even if you haven't, let's start now. Okay. So first question, how many packages were delivered at D? So if you see D, the circle at D is empty. So you need to determine how many packages were delivered at D. Now for a roots and networks caselet, I would strongly recommend that always a good point to get started is total how many packages were actually gone or were actually taken out from A. Remember, A was our start. So total how many packages actually moved out of A. So can you see from A, there are two lines, AB and AC. So from AB and AC, 11 and 10 packages, that was the start. Can you consider the other two errors? GA and IA? No. Remember, that is when you come back at the very end. But when you start from A, the supply from A is 21. Can you say? So can I say total packages that needs to be delivered across the different locations have to be 21. How did I get that 21? 10 plus 11, right? So you cannot consider IA and GA because that is when they come back after delivering the packages at the end of the day. So that is not where they are taking it out, right? So at the start, AB and AC total 21 packages were taken out. Okay. Now have a look. You need to determine the number of packages at D. Okay. So beyond D, how many packages are actually going beyond these? What is beyond D? I think that's the best way to solve this. Beyond D, if you look at it, just after D, there is E. Just after D, there is E. Yes, can you see this? And at E, a total of 7 plus 8, a total of 7 plus 8, 11, 15 packages are coming to E. A total of 15 packages are coming to E. So concentrate on E. So if I say at E, what is happening? 15 packages are coming to E. I'm not saying got delivered at E. I'm not saying that. But 15 packages are coming till E. Coming till E. Will you agree? Yes, 8 plus 7. Can you see? 15. So does that mean if there were a total of 21 packages and only 15 are reaching E, it simply means, what does it mean? It simply means 21 minus 15, which is 6. 6 packages got delivered before E. 6 packages delivered before E. Delivered before E. Before, right? It's as simple as that. And when I say before E, which are the numbers that you are, which are the delivery stations that you are looking at? Before E, there were 3 delivery stations. One is C, one is B, and one is D. So B plus C plus D should add up to 6. Delivery, the total number of deliveries at B plus C plus D should add up to 6. Correct? C is already 4. C is already 4. And you know that a minimum of 1 package was delivered at each of the delivery stations. Remember, minimum 1, at least 1 package was delivered at every delivery station. At least 1 package, remember, was delivered at every delivery station. We have got 6. The only possibility is B is 1, D is 1. So B is 1, D is 1, and you have the answer for the first one. How many packages were delivered at D? Beautiful question. Do you understand? Any doubt in this? Do you understand? I'll just remove all this so that it looks neat. But I hope you understand how I got the answer to the first one. Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the second one. What is the total number of packages carried by the motorists who travel between C and D? Okay. Between C and D. Okay, fine. Let me just rub the second one and create some more space. The first solution, let me just rub it and create some space. Okay. Total number of packages carried between C and D. I mean, there are many ways of solving this. You can start from the very start, right? You can come from the very start and then go all the way to C and D. But I think the easiest way of solving question number 2 would be C to D and D to E. C to D and D to E. So can you say you have a line C? So let's draw it. You have a line C, and then you have D, okay, and then you have E, and then you have E. Correct? This is how it comes. This is how it comes. D to E, 7 of them are coming. D to E, 7 of them are coming, and one of them got delivered at D. So D to E 7, and at D 1 was delivered. So how many must be coming from C to D? Remember, from D, there is no other way to go. There is just one outward line, which is D to E. So from D to E7 at D1, so can I say it simply means C to D must be 8. Why 8? Because incoming at D, whatever is incoming at D must be equal to what gets consumed at D plus what is carried farther away from D. So think about it. 8 of them are coming to D, 1 D has taken, and the remaining 7 is passed from D to E, right? So the incoming should be equal to the sum of the two numbers. What is the sum of the two numbers? What I consume at D plus what I let go. So 8 is equal to 1 plus 7. So can I say number of packages carried between C and D must be 8. Must be 8. Must be 8. So if you have 8, 1 will get consumed, and the remaining 7 are taken forward, right? So answer for the second one is 8. Again, a pretty easy one if you are able to follow the concept, right? So here the concept that we discussed was incoming should be equal to outgoing plus what gets consumed. Incoming should be equal to outgoing plus what gets consumed, correct? Okay, let's look at the third one. What is the maximum number of packages that could have been delivered at H? Maximum number of packages. Look at the wordings. Maximum number that could have been. It means there are multiple possibilities at H. Why? Because they are using the English word could. Could means possibility. So there are multiple possibilities at H. But you know what? Among the possibilities, what is the maximum that can get delivered at H? That can get delivered at H. Okay. Now think about it. H needs to be maximized. H needs to be maximized. If H got to be maximized, you know what? The remaining numbers got to be minimum. The remaining numbers got to be minimum. The delivery at the remaining stations got to be minimum. So can I say G got to be minimum as well as I got to be minimum, as well as I got to be minimum. Even E got to be minimum, but I'm not bothered with E as such, because if you look at the diagram, probably you can focus from E to F. You can focus from E to F onward. You can focus from E to F onward, right? Or maybe if not, you can look at, say that even E you got to minimize. So you know what? If H is to be maximized, the remaining got to be minimum. So if the remaining got to be minimum, you know what? The minimum that needs to be delivered at every station by each motorist is 1. So at I, there is only one line. So obviously you can say minimum delivery is 1. For G, minimum is 1. Yes, minimum. I'm saying minimum. Remember, for H to be maximum, the remaining has to be minimum. What about E? Now here you can go wrong. It is not 1. E cannot be 1. Why? E has to be minimum 2. Why 2? Remember, at E, there are minimum 2 motorists who are visiting E. Remember, there are 2 lines. One line at E. So if you're looking at E, I'm just drawing E out here. There are 2 lines. One is line D to E. Once you have D to E, and another line is from C to E. What did the question say? The question clearly told you every line or every route was taken by minimum 1 motorist. So D to E, 1 motorist must have taken, and C to E, 1 motorist must have taken, right? And the question clearly tells you each motorist, let's look at it here. Each motorist stops at every location that he came across on that day, and at least 1 package was delivered by each motorist. The word each is important. at every location that he stopped. So obviously, C to E, one motorist, D to E, one motorist, both the motorists would have delivered minimum one each. So the minimum number of deliveries at A got to be 2 and not 1. Here you can go wrong. So be very careful. This number is 2, right? So now that you have all the numbers, you know what? There initially, you know what? There was a total of 21. There was a total of 21. So 21. So count. So 21 made B is 1, C is 4. So B is 1, C is 4, 5. D is 1, 6. E is 2, 8. Then F is 7, 15. G is 1, 16. I is 1, 17. So 17 of them have got distributed at different locations, right? Out of the 21, 17 got distributed at different locations. So how many more are remaining? 21 minus 17 is 4. 4 of them got to be delivered at each. Simple. So 21 is total, right? So total 21 should be delivered across B to I. So B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Total delivery should be equal to 21. You have all the remaining numbers except H. So B1, C4, so 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2, you do it. So total we got 17. So H had to be the remaining. 21 minus 17, 4. And that's your answer for the third one. Clear? Okay. So we got to rub this because remember this was a question on maxima minima. So basically there were many possibilities, but what we derived with just the maxima and the minimum. Why am I getting B and D? Why did not I rub B and D? For the simple reason B and D had just one answer, right? It was not about maxima minima. It was not about maxima minima, right? But the question related to number 3 was related to maxima minima. So there were multiple possibilities. I can't carry that data. Fine. To the next question. Can't carry that data to the next question. Number 4. At which location were the maximum number of packages delivered by both the motorists together? Okay. So remember, total is 21. Total is 21. So which should be equal to B plus C plus D plus A plus F plus G plus H plus I got to be 21. Got to be, you have a few numbers. You have a few numbers, right? So B is 1, C is 4, D is 1, E we don't know, F is 7. F is 7, right? So what are the remaining numbers equal to? What we don't know is E plus G plus H plus I. So E plus G plus H plus I, substitute the above values. 21 minus the remaining numbers. So B is 1, C is 4, 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 7, 13. So this 21 minus 13, this has to be. Now think about it. At present, currently what you have is 7 is the highest number. Currently what you have is 7 is the highest number. Can you have another number equal to or greater than 7? No. Why? You know what? Minimum, now that EGHI is 8 and minimum each of them have to be 1. So if you give 1, 1, 1 to any 3, it could be EGH, it could be any 3. If you give 1, 1, 1, the maximum that any of these 4 variables can take is 5. The maximum number that any of these 5 variables can take is, any of these 4 variables EGHI can take is 5. Hence, none of the numbers can be equal to or greater than 5. That means answer for the last one got to be F, because no number greater than or equal to 7 is possible for any other variables. Answer is option C, F. Clear? There are a lot of information. First go, if you read it, probably you'll think that this is a question worth living. You know what? Once you started solving this, I think this was not very difficult. Difficulty level, this will be classified as a moderate difficulty level set in the CAT if this were to come in your exam, right? Okay. I hope you enjoyed the caselet and I look forward to seeing you in my next session. Happy learning, folks.